So one of the questions I get asked all the time on Twitter is, what are some daily habits that I can do to change my life, to improve my life? And I've answered this vaguely in some tweets, but 280 characters don't explain it quite the same way a video does. But number one is I drink more water, and I carry this Quattle, it's called Quottle, whatever. Um, I keep it around me all the time. And if you're looking for one, this thing's pretty good. I think they're like $10. I bought it for five on Cyber Monday or something. But that thing's taken a beating. I've taken it hiking and shit, and it's done great. So that's a good one to recommend. But I keep this thing with me all the time. If I go out in town, it's in the car with me, and that helps me avoid stopping at the gas station where I might buy like a sweet tea or an energy drink or something. I'm more likely to just drink my own water and skip the stop. Saves me time, saves me money. It's a big deal. I actually sleep next to this thing, so first thing in the morning, I reach over and groggy, and instead of grabbing my phone, I grab my bottle of water and I start sipping on it right away, and I'll drink that throughout the whole day. Um, the second thing I do is I start exercising. That TV up there, I throw up Joe Rogan or Ionosphere. Lately, Jose Rosado, he's had some killer podcasts. So I've been pumping that shit out, and I'll jump on the exercise bike and just get the blood flowing. For me, it's better than coffee. I do these little orange energy drinks too, but they're not that good for jolting yourself awake. Um, but yeah, exercising first thing in the morning is by far my most productive habit. It just wakes me up. It gets me in the right mindset, especially when I'm watching Joe Rogan. He's like an inspiration to me. So that old man can work as hard as he does and pump out all this great content and work out as hard as he does. I can do the same. Um, After that, it varies. I'm not as consistent on this as I'd like to be able to admit, but I try to meditate every day for just 5 minutes. There's an awesome app called Insight Timer that I use, and it's free. You can track your progress. It'll do like a little gong or different bowl sounds. It's all that weird hippie stuff. Um, but it'll count down from however, and you can set a timer in the middle of your thing so you know how much time's left. Um, if you haven't meditated before, it's weirdly hard to get into. It just takes a minute to get used to quieting the brain, and time seems to move much slower when you're doing nothing. So start with a minute. Anyone can do a minute. Just do that. And then if that feels good, or if it doesn't, when it feels good, go up to 2 minutes and then go to three. I do five. I think five is a good time. They say you should do longer. I'm not an expert. For me, 5 or 10 minutes is perfect. And one of the reasons I like meditation is because in that silence, the universe has a way of speaking to you. And you can take that for whatever it means. Maybe it means something woo woo. Maybe it means that my subconscious is talking to me. All I know is it gets results. And that helps me get more productive in creating. Um, the next thing I do, and this is pretty consistent, is I write. So I will either write an email that I'll send out. I'm usually a day ahead on this. Not always, though. Today's email went out this morning that I wrote this morning, which is fine. Um, if I don't want to write an email in the morning, I'll write a blog post sometimes, and that usually is a week-long process for me. But I'll work on it throughout the week, just 10 to 30 minutes every morning. Or if I'm feeling particularly productive, I'll work on my books. And I'm working on editing one right now, and I'm working on writing another. So I usually do more of my writing on my books later in the afternoon. But there's days where I'll start in the morning. And the fifth habit that I consistently will do is reading. And this is when I'm not quite feeling it some days. Often I'll wake up and I got a little headlamp I can just turn on right by my bed. and I got a book next to my bed that I'll just reach out and grab. I actually got like three um, different little books that I kind of read through. And instead of laying in bed and being lazy and just looking through my phone at this bullshit on social media, I'll grab one of these books. Right now, I'm finishing up Thus Spoke Zarathustra, which I hammered through the first half. Now I'm kind of slowly going through the second. I think subconsciously I don't want it to end because I've really enjoyed it. And I'm also reading a book called Batman and Philosophy, which is kind of entertaining. But Thus Spoke Zarathustra is incredible. I definitely recommend that one. I think anything by Nietzsche is good. I haven't read anything else yet, but I'm gonna buy another one here soon. Um, but reading's powerful, and there's a reason why I in this video I chose these five habits. It's because they all work cohesively together. So a lot of times people will tell me like I can't write, I have a hard time writing, and I'm gonna put together a guide on that. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some doing. I don't even know if we'll get to it this year. But I'm gonna make a guide. I'm gonna charge for it because it's gonna be a legit guide. It's gonna help you write a book or a blog post or whatever you want to write. Um, so if you're interested in that, let me know because if there's a lot of interest, I might get started on that sooner than later. But reading helps me out a lot with my writing. It gives me inspiration, it gives me guidance, and it helps me get in the mindset. So I would say here's a freebie, but I would say people that have a hard time writing, they're probably not reading enough. You spend most of your time playing video games and watching TV. It's a boring existence. No one wants to read about your experience. You start writing, you learn a lot, especially nonfiction. You pick up all these little things, and sometimes I'll share in my tweets. Other times um, I'll quote from them, or I'll create an idea that I delve deeper into based off of some spark that I get from a book. My writing is also helped from my meditation. I get a lot of ideas from that. The drinking water helps me with my exercise. My exercise helps me kind of mellow out and calm down so I can sit still for a while and meditate or read or write. If I don't exercise every day, I cannot sit still. I'm so fucking ADHD. It's not even funny. It's amazing that I was never on Ritalin because I'm probably like the poster child for it. Um, I'm fidgeting with my bandana. I'm fidgeting in my seat, and I worked out today. I'm sitting at 5,000 steps right now, and it's about noon. So it's it just helps get yourself a little bit more calmed down and focused. So drinking water sounds retarded, but a lot of people don't do enough, and I do get like 60 ounces a day. Meditation, 5 minutes a day. It's probably the easiest, most powerful daily habit that you can start doing. No excuses. Everyone's got 5 minutes. Exercise. We're active people and we're living in a sedentary culture. It's a battle and you got to get yourself active to stick with it. And if you don't do this, I think you're going to drive yourself insane. A lot of depression issues probably stem from not enough exercise. Writing, journaling, whatever you want to call it. Again, my life immediately began to improve when I started writing. It's one of the most powerful habits that I've developed, and reading. It sounds stupid to say these obvious things, but these are things that most people are not doing enough of in their life. And I can say that honestly because a lot of my time, my 20s, was wasted on video games, booze, Netflix, and the bars. Actually, I exercise pretty good. I'm not going to lie, but I could have pushed it a little harder. But I wasn't meditating. I didn't drink enough water. I wasn't writing at all. And I wasn't reading that much. So my guess is most of you aren't either. And I told y'all I was going to do more videos. It's hard for me to do. It's hard for me to sit down and focus. I'm always busy with a lot of shit, but I want to start pumping out some more videos. I want to grow my YouTube following, and don't make me say that stupid shit. Just start subscribing so I can stop going on about hitting that stupid subscribe button because I don't want to be that guy. It's fucking annoying. Um, but I'm going to pump out some more of this shit. If you like it, let me know. Leave a comment, like it. And and I hit 5,000 Twitter followers today, so kick ass. I'm pretty happy about that, honestly. I don't get too hung up on metrics, but that's kind of a big one. So I'm honored. Thank you. I'm going to try to live up to it. Kick ass, and let me know what you think. All right.